I was remembering back when my wife and I were trying to conceive our first kid, and we were struggling. We were going through miscarriages and just really feeling like we're getting nowhere. And it was a very tough year, just over a year that we went through that. And we eventually conceived and had our first kid. And I mean, if you know, we've had no trouble having kids after that. We have 5 now. But I still remember back to our first kid, and I'm reminded of God's faithfulness. At the time, it seemed like such a struggle, like nothing was ever gonna happen, and trying to go through those emotions and the constant grieving of miscarriages, and then just not being able to change anything. And I have a picture on my desk. I'm gonna show it. I'll see if it comes through here. But this is my first daughter, Emily. Back, I was much younger there. And she was just a little baby. But when I see this picture, it reminds me of not the hard times so much, but looking back now and realizing God has been so faithful. God has been so caring and merciful to us through the years. And so that's what that picture reminds me of. And there's a verse in Psalm 111, and it's verse 2. It says, "Great are the works of the Lord, studied by all who delight in them." And it's just a reminder of remembering the things that God has done. And then when we do that, we see a couple things. We see God's faithfulness, and then we see that our hearts are brought to praise, and we want to celebrate and exalt that God who has been so faithful to us. It can be really easy to focus on the negative things that we've gone through without remembering that we've gone through them, and that God has made us stronger, that He has shown us many things, and not the least of which is mercy and grace in those things. And so I want to encourage you today, like me, have some things that remind you not of painful times so much, but of God's faithful times in your life. That there may have been times that were hard, but God has brought you through those things. Maybe He's bringing you through one of those right now, and you may not see the light at the end of the tunnel on the other side, but I want you to know for sure that God is faithful, that He cares for you, and that you will have an opportunity to look back and just see God's faithfulness. But we need to remember those things. We need to search for those things. Sometimes I know for me it helps you have a picture, to write it down sometimes in a journal. That way you can go back, because it can be easy to have my mind just go to the negative things instead of going to all of the things that I could praise God for. We could spend all day just listing them for any one of us if we were to truly look for those. So I want to encourage you today, make it a day of remembering God's faithfulness, and then let your heart be drawn into praise for our loving and amazing God. Have a